Hi, audience. Parul, life and leadership coach, and your podcast host again. Today, I have got an important subject, and I have got my friend Meher, Parul Nagar, joining all the way from India. Welcome on board, Meher, and thank you for your time. Yes, so Meher is a trauma therapist, and today we're going to discuss impact of unheard and past abuses. Meher, tell us a bit about yourself and the subject matter. Really, I want to hear more about from your experience, your past experience, but also your experience as a professional. Now you help other people to heal. So over to you, Meher.
Thank you so much, Parul. I'm glad that we are doing this more than you know a collaboration. I feel this is a topic which should be discussed openly, which is a taboo. I mean, people don't speak about it, and I just thought let's speak about it and open up. I'm glad there are a lot of people who are working in the same line. So before I go ahead with the topic, I you have already given a small introduction that my name is Meher Parul Nagar. Yes, you may call me Meher as well, and uh, I'm a trauma survivor. That's how I will start my journey. I'm a trauma survivor since the age of 5 because that's when we get into senses and realize that something is going on. Until then, we are we are just a blank slate, and that's how it started. And then for lot I mean, I was almost around 30, above 30, or close to 30 or whatsoever, a few years ago, which means I realized that I was in a very terrible and a devastating space after my rape. Rape was just an incident to show me mirror that, oh, now you have to work on yourself, and there's something really wrong with you. And that's when I realized, okay, there is something really wrong going on because I was not able to do basic things. I was not able to get up from the bed. I didn't want to forget about, I didn't want to live. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to brush my teeth, take bath, wear new clothes. I didn't want to do nothing in my life, literally nothing. And no one knew that I'm feeling what I'm feeling and behaving in a certain way because I didn't want to go for a job as well. And people think that you're lazy, you are just making some kind of excuses, you don't want to earn money, you want to depend on people, and blah blah blah, the list goes on. Specifically in Asian countries wherein mental health is a taboo and a lot of people don't know about it. So yeah, this is a smallest introduction. And the fact I work not just for abuses, but parental, childhood, and generational trauma, because that's how my trauma started when I was at my early age, and then it went on. So, in today's topic, we are gonna cover few things, how all of this impacts. And the reason we are talking about unheard, because even my trauma was unheard. Nobody even felt that I was in trauma state after my rape. After I got 2 abortions done, I was in grief for literally a lot of years, and I just used to, keep it within me. So I realized that it was unheard for me. But then when I started working in the same field, I realized there are a lot of women who get into the same state, and let's speak about it. They are into human trafficking. Either their mom has sold them, or their father or their brother, it doesn't matter what relation, but someone very close has sold them for some money or whatever reasons, personal reasons. And that's when I was like, it was a kickstart for me. I just started off, and it was a kickstart for me to literally come up and speak about a lot of things on a stage, in a at a play platform, or place wherein it's important that we not just create the awareness, but make a space for a lot of women to come and speak about it, seek help, and share their stories so that they can get out of it and help those who probably believe that they are the only ones who are in pain, but that's not the truth.
Okay. Two important points, Meher, you raised. First of all, congratulations for coming out from a big, deep trauma to where you are now. So I really always admire your work, And so I want to ask you two questions. First of all, you talked about obviously when people go through a trauma, it's very hard to come out because people, mentally, emotionally, people feel depressed, and society makes women to feel more depressed than what had happened. Incident happened. There's lots of different incident. It's happened. Unfortunately, it's bad, but how do you come out from, because you are the victim, but you become more victimized yourself by staying there. So what made you as a person or as a woman to come out of the situation? What was the trigger or push, something that pushed you to come out and speak out?
I feel my rape accused, the one who accused me, I knew him and I wanted to get married to him and all of that. But anyways, it didn't. So a lot of things to it, Parul. And the reason I'm speaking about it because I started the topic with human trafficking. Because in human trafficking, as I said, it's the closest one uh, who betrays you and is the reason for you to be there. And nobody believed that it was a rape. Even at my home, no one believed it. For a lot of years, no one believed it was a rape. It took a lot of time, even everyone to believe it that it was, because we think, okay, it's a relationship and it's normal, but it's not normal. If it's a no, it's a no. Even if it's a prostitute, whatever be it, doesn't matter what profession, what you are in. If it's a no, it's a no. But the fact that women have been objectified for a donkey years, or for a donkey years in Asian country, they only see women as object in not just in terms of sex, but other way as well, right? And in my journey, when I saw that I'm suffering, sitting in the house in a corner or something, living in that dark place every other day, and he was roaming around. He was roaming around out of India, and I was shocked to know that. I was like, "What?" And that was my aha moment to know that if why am I here sitting down, feeling victimized for everything just because people are making me feel that I shouldn't be this. So that was my biggest step towards me, wherein I decided that I'm not going to feel victimized forever. I'm going to get out of it. If he, the one who did the crime, isn't feeling that, then why am I stop feeling that and behaving like that and just blaming myself for everything because I never wanted it. Yeah.
Okay. And related to the, I mean, obviously, we're talking about the impact of unheard and past abuses. You actually brought a couple of things, feeling of suicidal, depressed, and, all the things that went on your life. And, Mayor, when you came out, what challenges you faced as a woman, and living in an Asian country, all this is a taboo. It's always woman's fault. Doesn't matter who does the crime, is always woman's fault. What challenges you had to go through to become who you are now, helping lots of people?
I feel, first of all, acceptance that something has happened because it didn't come from them. I felt that they were right at times. I doubted myself. But then one day, there were times when I sat down with myself and I realized, no, it's not them. They are absolutely wrong. It's a rape and it's a rape and I'm going to stand for it. So it was a very difficult journey for me to go and file the complaint and everything. The thing is, it's not just about what we feel every time. It also about what others make us feel when we are in a certain state, and because of that, how we end up feeling, thinking, and living our lives. And that's what makes the whole game, it changes the game positively or negatively. Because if you're gonna get away, if you will just believe what others are saying, that I don't, then it becomes very difficult for you to come and seek help, to be honest. Because you let's speak. I was in a state of shame and guilt for a lot of years. I felt that it's me, because everyone around me made me feel it's me. But now, after my healing, I learned that it wasn't me, it was them. I I just gave too much to everyone and everything, and then I didn't realize that this life is for me as well. I have to do something for me. I'm responsible for me. I'm not responsible for others. I cannot force anyone or tell anyone to love me or hate me or do whatsoever. And that's how I felt that if I can't control all of this, and if everyone is trying to control me, my emotion, my everything, my healing, and my everything, then it's my duty to come up and do something about it. Because no one was bothered about my feelings. No one was worried how I was feeling, how it was, and everyone was like, "It's okay, happened. Uh, let it be, forget it." But I always used to say, I cannot forget it. I can never forget it, because that's part of me, and I have to live it forever. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. You raised a couple of points, Meher, and I was going to ask you to summarize kind of what people need to do. But before that, so you talked about, obviously you have to take control because you are the only one and nobody going to do it for you. You have to take control. Second thing is society will blame you, whoever is blaming you, but you are the victim. Why should be more victim? So don't victimize yourself, seek, always seek help, and don't listen to anybody, just listen to your heart, and everything is what you give name to it, isn't it? If you sit there and feel sorry for yourself, nothing going to change. But if you take in charge, take control, then everybody else, helping you by you helping everybody else. Coming to that point, helping everybody else, Meher, you talked about is lots happening, but nobody's speaking about it. And so, can you give us a couple of pointers to those women, yeah, who's already suffering? Either they had a negative experience and they can't speak out. If they had a negative experience and they can't speak out, they can't seek help, what they should be doing? Can you just give a couple of points for those people who are struggling?
I feel the first thing is, I know we get into a lot of trust issues, and that's why I started this space, because I know that being a survivor, I had no one. I used to tell people, but I had no place to go and seek help because of uh, not just trust issues, but I knew that people are gonna judge you. And that's why it is important to go and seek or speak with someone who is probably in the same line and is doing with the same purpose the way I am doing. Not just a space to speak up, but a non-judgmental space. Because as a survivor, I know how much it is important. I know how it feels like when people judged me and said whatever they felt like, and didn't realize that how I was getting impacted, and how I was getting into suicidal thoughts every other day. And it went on for years, not just months, right? And the second thing is, whether it is whatever happened, I don't know, whether it is human trafficking, whether it is your husband who has forced you to get in a relationship with someone, whether it has happened from you, it doesn't matter how the abuse has happened. If the abuse has happened, it has happened. It's simple. So instead of sitting down and blaming yourself that, oh, you trusted so much, or you did so, you wouldn't have loved someone, or all of that, it's okay. We all make mistake. I have done that mistake. I have trusted someone, and obviously too much of love and trust took me there. me being a victim at that point in time, right? But then just uh, taking it up and living it is it. I mean, that makes no sense, right? Does it make any sense that I should just take it and live by it forever and be in that pain and give that punishment to myself? I don't deserve that punishment. You don't deserve that punishment. It's okay. Happen, done. You don't have to uh, punish or do something like that for yourself. I think that's what a lot of women do. They get into self destruction mode. And the third thing, I feel that it is very important to know that if somebody is shaming you or feeling guilty about you, you don't have to take it seriously because that's what they think. If you don't think that what they're saying is right, then you're right. Then you are right. You don't have to self doubt or just think that maybe you don't have to believe others on instead of not believing or and trusting your own feelings.
Absolutely.
That was a very big takeaway from me for me when I have had to sit down and come to terms and point to within my life that okay, it's a rape, because it was not just a battle to go and file a complaint. It was a battle with everyone who is saying that it's not a rape, whosoever be it. It was that. So that's not possible if you are not convinced that it's what has happened is wrong and it's not completely your fault and
Yeah.
you don't have to punish. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, Meher. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to come out. And especially if you living in an Asian country is more harder because you get ostracized for doing, coming out. Now, I have heard and friends from people who've been through it, brother-in-law is a brother-in-law, mean your husband's brother or mean your sister's husband. A lot of things happen. They consider you as a half wife, kind of like sali ada gorali. That's what Indian people say, like the Hindi language say. I've seen. And it's not minor, but sexual abuse of touching, they feel like is they are right, they can do because their brother's wife or their wife's is their wife's sister, so they can do it. And I've seen girls actually not, and younger girls also not coming out and talking about, they're talking to their friends but very scared. And I just want to say to those girls and women, don't be scared, there's always help. And now with online, don't be feel shame of the econ, there's lots of help. So Meher, I want you to specifically today to give message to those women, especially Asian countries, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. People feel shame of talking about being abused, and sometimes they go, it's just a little touch. Is not, nothing is acceptable unless you allow it to happen. So, what your message to those women who are suffering, what they should be doing? Yeah, if you could give your message, please.
I mean, you made incredible points, Parul. I must say that. I mean, amazing. And the fact, as you said, when I was being raped, and everybody, literally everyone, I don't want to put any religion, anything. I'm just gonna put humans are humans. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
which religion, space, community. I mean, all of that is secondary. Or relationship also, including relationship. It can be your parents, it can be anybody, anyone, sibling, friends. Uh, Everyone was shaming me, and I was feeling ashamed of myself every other day. So, message I would want to say to everyone who has or is been abused or got abused or whatsoever, is that you don't have to shame yourself just because people are making you feel ashamed of that oh, you slept with so and so person. No, whatever be it, I it doesn't matter. Whatever they are speaking, that's them, it's not you. So you don't have to live with that shame, with that guilt, with that sense of victim. And and pain. I think there is a huge amount of pain within it, which a lot of women try to avoid. I feel they shouldn't be doing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So I think, Meher, you raised a lot of point. I think for me, to especially listening to those women and young women, you work with young women, I work with women as well. And some women been through a long time. And now all I was going to say is don't sit on it. Seek help. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And we only have one life. Life is given for a purpose. And the purpose is not to you sit down, get used and abused, or feel sorry for yourself, get up there, get out there, seek help. If you can't talk to your family member, talk to friends, distant friends, who's not going to judge you. There are lots of free coaches and mentors available. There is support services available, and there are lots of free service available. So always seek help because you never know who is out there to support you. So do not suffer in silence. Meher, any last word from you for everyone?
I would just say that that's what I do. You may come up and speak and do that, because that's why I started this work, genuine conversations with Meher, because the reason I kept the name, because I wanted to keep it real,
Yeah,
not showcasing that everything is beautiful, because it's not. And there are people who are living in the darkest spaces, and we are there to help you. We are there for that reason. We are there because we want, it is I we together, we want that a lot of women should not just come up but get out of their pain, because that's what they deserve. They deserve to be happy, they deserve to be
absolutely.
healthy, or they deserve to be in a very good space. They deserve to fly. They don't deserve to sit down and cry in one dark space where maybe you and me, I used to be at times. We don't deserve it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Meher. To audience, if you need help, you got our details. You can connect with Meher and general conversation with Meher in Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can connect with us as well. My details will be on the video. But please do like our video and share it, because you never know, by sharing the information, you could be helping somebody who are in real need. Because all we want, this whole thing is for information so that people could get help. So stay tuned. There'll be more video coming up with the subject. Also, we're heading for Mental Health Month as well. September, beginning of October, uh, we specialize in, especially we look at mental health support needs. So there will be more information available in the future. So stay tuned, and thank you very much, Meher, for your time.